In other news from the natural world, there are only 100 cod left in the North Sea.
No! No!
Well, this is an extremely distressing story reported in the Telegraph and the Times, two of Britain's leading, most serious broadsheets, about how there are only 100 of Britain's favourite fish left in the North Sea. This is obviously a massive concern. We're still a nation for whom eating fish and chips on a regular basis is the only way we keep our national life expectancy down to economically manageable levels. But, John, I'm glad to report there is a silver lining to this story. And that silver lining is that this story is total bullshit. Because it turned out that on closer inspection, there were not 100 cod left in the North Sea. There were almost 500 million, including making it one of the most statistically wrong stories in history, including over 30 million mature adult cod. The 100 figure was for cod that were aged 13 or over. I'm not sure where they got that cut-off point. I think it's the age of consent for cod, but I'm not sure. But as the old saying goes, John, truth is the first casualty of a circulation war, and truth is currently lying in a distant field hospital, bandaged from head to toe, wondering whether it will ever see the light of day again and why it was shot at point-blank range in the face by both sides at the same time. And I guess, John, this is just yet another media falsehood. Start the clock. It's cod to stop. They've had a complete nightmare. It's totally out of place. I really believe that. To the bottom of my soul. I don't care if it's one journalist responsible or a group of them. It's gone on too long. We need change and we need it fast. These facts are deniable no more. Oh no, I can feel you starting to stir, John. I can feel a bit of tension.
F*** you, don't bring me into this pun.
Come on, Salmon had to say it. And I won't pull my punches on this. No, I'm going to gurn hard. I'm not the kind of man to rein it back in, because this is a big issue among fishermen. They've really scraped her bottom of the barrel this time, the media. God. It's right out of line. I hate to carp on about it, but it's bollocks. Bastards. I read this filth whenever I purchase a newspaper. 6 days a week I read it. 6 days a week. Every day of the week, in fact, barramundi, when I never get past the sports section. And we know these things are going to happen again. We know that. You better believe it. Come on, better is a type of fish. Thank you. Anyone can be the victim of this kind of lies. It will drag on vicious rumours. Dragonfish? Yeah, it's been counted. They'll spread, people shout at you, they'll barrack you. That's inevitable. We just got to get down on our knees, lamprey, it's not us. Poor media regulation, lots of media scandals. There's a link there. Do you seriously think the media can self-regulate? Ah, baloney. The media need to be incentivised to do better and punished for failing. No, oh no, I just did ling, didn't I? Incentives and punishment. The carrot will help, and the stick will back it up. They've got to wake up, I know that's a repeat pun, and smelt the coffee. At least till they appear to have learnt their lesson. It mustn't happen ever again. Did that count, Snapper? In a mustn't happen ever again? Mustn't happen. So we have to really push our case.
John, you still there?
Almost, physically, yes. Emotionally, no. I'm dead. I'm dead inside.
Do you know, John, almost all the top Hollywood actors are behind some international agreements on media regulation. You know, Scarlett, Demi, Nicole, Charlize, Halle, but not Susan Sarandon. John, you're a film star. Could you give her a ring? I don't care how early it is. Get her out of bed if necessary. And is Kate Hudson a friend of yours? And what about some of the other stars you've acted with? Mike Myers and Chevy Chase? At least think about it. Mull it over. He really didn't like that. Okie doke. That's it. It's all done. Woohoo. Oh, is that a fish? Fair enough. Okay, I'll stop. I will stop, John. I'll back off. Over to you now. Oh, you sound cross. You're in a whitebait. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon. I didn't know that was a fish. It's just I found a rich seam of puns there. Dab those tears away. Could have been much worse. I didn't even do a mackerel pun. Why not? Well, my linguistic skills weren't up to it. Sorry, I will now leave. There are 5 exits from this building, but I'm not sure which is the quickest, John. Door E, I think. Are you still there? Yellow? Finished. You can come back now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't mention it at the start of the show. I didn't want to talk it up, just in case I'd oversold it. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. 53 in 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
You say that like it's a good thing, Andy.
Well, that is one hell of an effort, Elva. And to be honest, there's lots more where that came from. It's going to be tough to beat that pun run, though. It's the best one I've ever done. But my wife didn't like it, though, so she left the room while I was writing it.
Oh, fuck. No. That's not a fish. That's a way to prepare fish.
You're right, the last three have not counted. But don't worry, next week, seafood. I wouldn't do that to you, John. Not 2 weeks in a row. I wouldn't even dream of it.
You're punching a corpse now. Andy, did you buy a pun bell just for the purposes of doing that?
No, I have a pun bell.
It's not so much a pun bell anyway as a pun alarm, as far as I'm concerned.
He looked so happy when he came to the studio with these two props, and I never thought it would be like this.
I bet he f***ing did. And I hate myself for saying this, but it was almost worth it for the yellow finish. I mean, here's the problem is, Chris, that's undeniably a funny sound.
And we'd like to welcome new listeners to the Bugle.
Keep those contributions flooding in.
Andy shook those off. Andy shook those off about 5 puns in. He's single-handedly making this entire podcast financially unsustainable.
What do you want to do?
Tear my ears off and feed them to a dog.